my God, shoot me now. I'm agreeing with Jim Cramer. He's like the best contra indicator ever, you know. But yeah, I agree. I don't think the Clarity Act will pass. And we're going to find out tomorrow. Trump isn't really committed to this, and he's got this goofball here trying to, uh, negotiate for on his behalf or his behalf on on the Clarity Bill's behalf. It's for him. Who are we kidding? But anyway, it's not going to happen. And this guy's a turkey. If you're leading with this, this is one of the key indicators for why this won't pass. Now, this was an easy hedge for me to take because there are so many idiots on Twitter that are promoting the clarity is going to pass. So just if it didn't, this was a great hedge, so I had to take advantage. And here's the major reason why. The corrupt old man filled his bags and basically did a rug pull on people and governments. They were crazy, kind of insane. But you can see what I'm speaking about here. I mean, listen to some of the Democrats. They're just not going to let him get away with this scot-free. Just no way.
Stone crazy to rely on them for anything. A lawless Department of Justice cannot oversee this. So I think having the attorneys general as a backstop is going to be really important. And people are concerned. They want to make sure that they are not scammed.
The legislation allows the president to continue as a major player, and in some of these markets, the major player, while he also regulates the industry. That simple reality is fundamentally corrupt in and of itself. Right? We should never allow a president to be a private sector actor in an industry that he regulates. And of course, the Slaughter decision makes this even more of a red alarm moment because Slaughter says that the president has the power, even when Congress says you can't fire somebody unless it's for cause, to get rid of regulators and replace them at will. And so that allows the president, when a regulator looks like they're going to rule against his interests or potentially for the interests of a competitor, to fire that individual on the spot and put someone new in. But it is also unacceptable because of the fact that whether it's the SEC or the CFTC, he is essentially regulating himself. And that shouldn't be allowable in the United States of America.
I can't say I blame him. I mean, the guy is super corrupt. He's not going to get away with this 1.4 or however much he's made off of crypto. They're just not going to let him get away scot-free. So Trump screwed us, basically. He screwed us on clarity. It's great. He wants to get paid and everything, but the Democrats aren't going to let him get away with it. And he is the major reason why clarity is not going to pass. No other reason at all. Anyway, on to this week's video. Enjoy, and here we go. All right, here we are with WTI crude, and it keeps going higher. I would expect it in the mid-90s by early next week, which is starting tomorrow. You see the level it went off of. It just around I had to put this over here to make it correct, but just around the 127% level that I pointed out. I started buying it right here. And what am I looking for? Well, I've showed you this chart, and it's something in the oven. Sorry for the beeping. It is right up here at the 105 level. So that's what I'm looking for. It's a perfect pattern. The volume was fantastic on it, and it had all the earmarks for this move that we currently see. So we'll see how that turns out. But other than that, what do we have to look at that's interesting in the marketplace? And I can't say much. Everything is in the same trajectory or upward bounds. And I continue to look for a retracement back to the 100K level. The first level we're going to be looking for any resistance is going to be where it broke down from, and the 77 to 74K range. That made sense. Well, short term, even the 68K, but this range right here, since we tested this area up here a couple times already, I don't think 68 is going to be, there's anything on there. And looking at this chart, there's really nothing until you get to the upper levels up here. So I don't expect much resistance right there. Ultimately, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to retrace 61.8 off of the low to high. Let's go to a different chart so we can see it. We already fulfilled this right here with the pattern off of that M that was there, or butterfly, whatever we want to call it. So I am very bullish, and I don't have any more hedge shorts on, or probably will be accumulating any hedge shorts unless we got a move very quickly to that 61.8 previous zone up here. So I'm just basically holding, and logically, yeah, we're just waiting for us to get rolling to the upside. It is showing strength. The volume is definitely reversed, and it's a positive bet now. So that's fantastic. But it's very boring. The one that I will point out that I like is Metaplanet. And Metaplanet, they pushed it on low volume, and they spiked it all the way back down to the 130 range. Look at that. 120 range, I'm sorry. So everything under here, it's an absolute gift. It is a gift in my view. So we'll see. I'm going to be watching that one, but I don't need to do anything for now because what else is there to do? Not much really. I did start moving more money into Ethereum, even at the $1,800 level. And the reason why is very simple. Those models that I told you about, another one ticked off to the upside that went over and said, you're absolutely correct to be focused on the larger range moves in the future. And so I'm going to be looking for a much bigger move in the future to the upside. And if we get an oversized move from where we are, this going 5x, 10x, and 20x and on, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. And again, I have different models, different numbers, but they all reside above and above the 20K and even the 40K level. So keep that in mind. If we see an oversized move in the months to come, don't be shocked. That's all I'm going to say. And it might do it on its own. It might do this completely independently of Bitcoin. So that might, this is what I've seen this happen. And yeah, so keep an eye out on that on Ethereum. Again, I've moved more money into it. And anything under 2K is, again, a gift, just like Metaplanet in my view. Now, there's one chart that I've been looking at that I normally wouldn't because it's a new issue. But this SpaceX right here, definitely very interesting. I seen the prints when it was in the 112 range here. I wouldn't mind being a buyer of something like this at and under those levels. And I can tell you that it's likely to go back to the 147 to 150 range up here and above. It's likely to close gaps that it has, and but that's going out into the future. This is definitely showing signs of what I like to see. But again, it's a new issue, so that's why I'm very hesitant about even getting involved in it. I've got so many other ones that are what I would call better prospects. But I wanted to throw that one out there because technically this is interesting. It's very much manipulated. If you look at the staircase movement downward, this is almost like it was planned. So this is being run by institutions in order to get good pricing, not to exit, in my view. If they're pushing anybody out, it's just silly retail traders. But I think everything under that 117 level right here is a good buy. I can. It just looks right. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on SpaceX. I know that's kind of an out there one. Nobody's expecting that. I was asked again about my opinion on SanDisk. Nothing has changed. I'm still looking for lower numbers. If you wanted the short-term target, you're under that. Taking half, not a bad idea. Me, don't need to. I'm looking for numbers that go much lower. I'm not interested in anything on there except for numbers that drop far below, way under 1K. And I would not be surprised if we get a move down, stronger move down to this under 1K. So I would be looking for that. And yeah, it's a very pretty chart. Yeah, you know what I've stated on this, how overbought it is. It's got gaps all the way down here in the $700 range, and oh my gosh, it is just, that's pretty. See that right there? That's a shelf right there. So this high and this gap right here and this high over here, this is definitely an area I would be looking at. And that's the 72.8% retracement level, just about. But ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to the down here, this $500 to $300 range, and it would probably shock a lot of people. But it was a hyperbolic move that it moved from in a year's time. I don't have to tell you where it moved from. I mean, imagine this being around the $50 range or lower, and it's spiking all the way up to 200 and something. Okay, and then pulls and then goes all the way up to the 700 range, and then pulls back a little bit, and then keeps going and goes all the way up to the $2,000 range, from 50 to 2,000. You think you're going to get a pullback on that? Oh, and you have a pattern in there that I showed you. Perfect setup, perfect short setup. Beautiful trade, beautiful, love it. What else is out there that is interesting? Oh, I didn't show PEPE. I was asked about that again too. I'm sorry I didn't show PEPE. I haven't. I've let PEPE alone. I think I showed it. Maybe, whatever. I'll just do a recap on this. You know where I was a buyer, and you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to get a bigger move upwards. We look at this, how this triangulated. Okay, I'm going too short time frame, so let's zoom out here. So you see what's over here. You see what I'm looking at and under. There you go. So I got it right at the 127% level. You see the wings. There's the technicals on PEPE. Now, the person who asked me to show them this again, take a snapshot. You know what? I'm going to just post a snapshot in the room for you guys. But I think I've showed you this chart previously. But if I didn't, I am sorry. I am remiss for not, because this is a pretty chart, technically. Love the volume. I love the decline that it had here and the levels that it pointed to. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Beyond that, beyond PEPE, what else do we have? All the other alts are doing their thing. You know, everything is consolidating in a very bullish type of manner, I guess you can say. Of course, everything is going to be the geopolitics of what's going on with Iran, but they're being obliterated, and they're just being obliterated day after day. So they're being weakened and taken apart, and I don't know if Trump's going to escalate right away. He might take his time. He took his foot off there. He didn't bomb them the other night, so you never know with him. He's very unpredictable. I don't know what kind of calculus he's using, but this is where we are. And, you know, the WTI has plenty of upside to go to complete its pattern. You know what I'm looking at on there. So, yep, that's pretty much where we are. I was asked about this. This could be a bullish week next week. We'll see what happens. It ran back to this point right here. That's a support point. It could retest the highs and go higher. Wouldn't be surprised if some good news or something comes out next week. You know, Iran is definitely being weakened. And I think Russia wants the end to their war as well. They're figuring they're not doing so well with the Ukrainians. They're not making much progress, or they're going to go and pull a very Russian chess move, like instead of going all in, all your chips, and they're going to mobilize their population, which would be absolutely stupid of them to do. But they're Russian. They don't know how to. They're like the Iranians. They're tyrannical, and until they. Well, you'll see. We'll see what happens. Who cares, really? But that's where we are in the world. And the last one I'll do is silver. Silver is just meandering. I'm out of all the shorts. I was right there. We could get a break of this level here and go right down to that level in the 40 range. Then I become interested in becoming a buyer. Other than that, because I've got a clear target to 67. So if I'm able to get it to 47, $20 on a 47, yeah, that's percentage-wise, I like those numbers. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on silver and seeing if we can get a breakdown on there. But we'll see. Next week kind of has, from what I can see from across the board, looking at the macro, it looks kind of positive. So that should be interesting. But you never know. Something could pop up geopolitically on the spectrum. So anyway, there you go. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.